What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Queen Pretty D. So we actually thought we was recording, but we weren't. So we're going to jump right back into it.
It's Lou.
We're back for another motherfucking episode of Queen's Podcast 1107. And so I was saying that for my oh Lord, God forbid, for my brother's memorial last week, we were in City Island,
right?
And it was great, and the food was amazing. But earlier that morning, I had to go to the dentist, and the Novocaine was too strong. And I'm finally back to normal after a whole week because of Dr. Ford. So shout out to the Perfect Body Health System, and shout out to Leslie, because y'all got me right. Y'all got my spirit right. Y'all got me back energetically. Y'all got my balance back together. My brain was a foggy ass mess.
Mm-hmm. And you missed days of work.
Yeah, so I'm very thankful for him. He has been a father figure in my life. He has been an ear to listen. And at times we bump heads, but it's all in love, because he's always going to tell me the truth. And I respect him for that, because we keep it real with each other. I don't want to be around people that ain't real.
Right.
So shout out to him. And this is actually year 14 of me being his patient. So anybody out there struggling with anything, whether it's stress, anxiety, depression, you know, you just feel stuck in life. You know, you could DM us. I got to screen you first, and we will definitely give you his information if you need any type of help, you know. And he sees children too. So sometimes you may think your child has ADHD, autism, something like that, and maybe they do. But he can help them.
If they even need to be calmed,
Mm-hmm.
they need to focus.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember him working on your brother when he was little, and he didn't
he
have to
loved
wear
it.
Glasses anymore.
I had that same thing.
So that was a good thing.
Yeah. I won't tell you all the treatments, but yeah, he's helped a lot.
Right.
A lot.
And you have to be serious about your health and well-being, because you can't just make an appointment and then cancel.
Right.
You have to be serious.
You have to be on time. You have to be early, not even on time.
Right.
You know, time is precious. But I will say the food from Tony's was amazing. The lobster, the fries. I'm making sure that phone is still on, honey, because there's some real devious things going on around here, David. Uncle David. But really, I'm saying all that to say, because I thought we was recording and we wasn't. So I'm like, after that treatment yesterday, I feel like I want to relax. So I don't want to have to record this again.
Right.
But I am happy to see y'all back again for yet another week. The weather has been crazy. It's a beautiful day today. We're supposed to get rain this evening. But I hope everybody is out there enjoying themselves at the PR parade. That was one parade I could never really go to. It's just too crowded for me. But wonderful food, good music. The float is always great. And I mean, I hope everybody's out there having a good time. Yeah. You know?
And if you can't make it to the parade, see it on television.
Mm-hmm.
You could always watch it from home.
Shout out to the BET Awards, and we're talking about television, because it's tomorrow. And I'm gonna say this: when the hell has the BET Awards ever been this early? It's crazy.
I think it's on early this year because a lot of the shows that are on television are doing reruns. So this is the perfect time to watch something, because you're not gonna miss anything.
I don't like it. I like for it to be on June 26th or 27th. I always remember it being like somewhere around the last day of school. But anyway, Lou got some topics for you guys, so I'm going to shut the hell up because, I could talk.
Maybe because it's Black Music Month as well.
Possibly.
So, yeah, June is Black Music Month. Mm-hmm. What?
Your hand is dry. Last week, we left off with the mailman knocking on the door. We just got a letter. It was my album from Mario. They sent it to the address. And it's hot in here. And
it's a CD.
And yes, I was saying, who the fuck listens to CDs anymore? Mm-hmm. But I think this is beautiful, and I listen to this every day on Apple Music. In the morning, on the way to bed. This album is lit. Mario's album is lit from beginning to end. No skips.
And if anyone doesn't have a CD player, you can find them at Walmart and Amazon. And they have some pretty good prices, and they look like they updated them. You could charge them as well, you know, just like you do your phone, your laptop, your computer. I saw them. I think maybe I'll order one.
She say that shit shit all the time about having a house phone. Like, who the fuck even uses a house phone? By the way, sidebar, I just want to let everybody know that we have reached our maximum amount of little subscribers. Hey, y'all. And we can now go live. So make sure y'all tune the fuck in sometimes, even if it's 2 of y'all, so that we don't have to always use up the data on the phone.
Yeah.
This is a new phone, and damn it, I'd like to capture more moments. You know, so make sure y'all tune the fuck in. Support. Y'all be supporting them celebrities. I don't know who the fuck y'all are. So tune the fuck in.
BMF is back.
Yeah.
Oh, did you watch it?
Huh? I gotta stay fly. I didn't watch it. I actually was getting ready to watch it, but again, because of the treatment, I went to bed last night at 7:30.
Okay, so then I'll talk about season 3 with Lucille and Charles.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they got a divorce, the doctor comes back in town, right?
Ooh!
I had to rewind last night before I watched season 4, episode 1. And I said, well, I don't remember what happened. So what I did, I went and watched it, and this guy chased her all that time.
That's happened.
She got her husband to get a divorce. He signed the papers.
That hasn't happened.
She went to the hotel. Oh, please.
I don't give a fuck.
She slept with the doctor, and he had a great time. You could tell. They both had a great time. Then he goes, Lucille, I got something to tell you.
He's engaged for 2 years.
I'm engaged.
He's a fucking fool.
And I'm like, bam!
He's a class act fool.
I wanted to say good for her, but the way she was so upset with him, I said, it's not really good for her. Because, Charles did some stupid shit too. But I'm just basically saying, the grass is always greener on the other side.
Sleeping with their neighbor, he hell sure the fuck did.
I just had some things that I was feeling the way he did that. He didn't have to do that. Like, you could have told her up front and gave her a chance to say, well, I'm not going to sleep with you.
She kind of kept hushing him, though. She kind of was giving that vibe like T.I. and ATL. It was almost like, I don't really want to hear it because I'm going through. That beeper kept going off. I'd have been like, yo, is that your bitch?
Answer it.
Is that your bitch? She in Miami or something?
Moving forward. We was talking about, listen.
Nah, I'm tired of couples doing that shit, bro. That shit is mad annoying. Especially for us single people.
Save it for therapy.
Keep that shit. Yo, my therapist, she's great, right? And I was going to save it for therapy. What, you want, some popcorn, some peanuts?
No, I don't be listening.
But, nah, I'm just saying. I'm just like, she's with a different company because she's graduated.
Oh.
Shout outs to her.
Right.
And, I knew it was too fucking good to be true. I was like, I knew you got to be a student. He's a crook. You got to be a student or something because, I'm sorry, y'all lunatic ass therapists that been in the field for 20, 30 years, y'all don't really be hitting like my therapist be hitting. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, because she's young and she gets it.
And she does.
And she probably has a very excellent supervision.
Yeah.
She can take her stuff to supervision. And therapists need therapists. So you can't be handing people stuff and all of that stuff, all people's burdens, all people's darkness, all people's secrets, and then go home and rest. You got to talk about that shit with your therapist. And
that was my point. So I would not be discussing that in therapy because it's not really a concern of mine. I was saying the shit that I see as well.
Right.
That people are living a fucking crazy life, and we've been talking about this for days. So that's the reason. That's the real reason behind Queen's podcast. I'm gonna tell y'all this every now and again. This show came about because we be in this house. We my text messages to my mom is up to 6,000 now. She'd be like, "Leave me the fuck alone." It's all day. It's hot. It's funky. It stink. This bitch won't move. It's hot in here. This food is nasty. This bitch bumped me. This da 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 da. My Uber driver's car stinks like booty. It's just all kind of shit. So I'm wondering, like, because the Remy and Papoose situation that was triggering. Right. Hallie and DDG's situation is triggering. Right. We live in an era where no matter what, from the age range from like, the teenagers got their shit together. I said this probably last week or 2 weeks ago. The age range from like 25 to all the way to like 50, 60 something people, that's like your age. Yo, it's like me and the wife live together. We split the bills. I pay the bills. We have the kids, the younger kids. The kids is in college, this and that and all of that bullshit. And we take separate fucking vacations. And that's what I was saying about Moesha.
Right.
We're doing too much when it comes to TV, but that's what we're here to do. He goes, Frank's dad. D goes, Roosevelt, you look great. What's your secret? Me and the wife take separate vacations.
Right.
So what the fuck y'all doing on them separate vacations? Now, I'm not insecure, but I'm not a dummy either. So I just think about that, and that's television, but I see people doing that in real life. Where it's like they're together for so fucking long, and there's so many fucking secrets. And it's like, nobody's perfect, right?
Red flags.
We've all either cheated or been cheated on in some way, shape, or form, whether it's physical, texting, secret friends, whatever. Somebody always doing that dumb shit. But it's like, at the end of the day, like, slam the shit when it's like fucking quiet, you fucking weirdo. So I'm saying, like, really, I want to live in the middle of nowhere. Like, everybody's doing that shit.
Life is rolling.
I don't wanna see, I guess I'm just built different, and I mean that shit. I'm like patting myself on the back. Yes, not to be fooling myself. I don't want to be out sleeping with some dude. I don't want to be out fucking some guy and then come home and sleep like a baby and I'm laying next to my man and we playing with the kids and we're watching TV and shit and we just, everything's fine. And he's fine because he was doing the same shit all day.
Thing, yeah.
So what, nobody likes anybody. Nobody's dating anybody and nobody likes anybody. And people get married and they don't like each other. I've been there. So it's like, what the fuck are we doing? On the first date, people want to know how much you make. They want to know how much you make. They want to know what your parents do. They want to know where you live. They want to know what kind of soap you use. They want to know how many days you use a washcloth. How many days you use a towel.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What's different? I'm not even going to say right or wrong. To me, what's different is people are basically asking you questions like a survey. And then they're not even giving you a chance to show who you are. And they're not giving you a chance to see who they are. So when I see that or I hear that, in my mind, I'm saying, well, I don't want to deal with you anyway. Because the way you're coming at me, you're acting like this is a job interview.
A fucking application.
And see, what's also missing is the courting stage. People are not even making it to courting. They're going straight from questions to sex.
It's weird.
You know, or you know, they'll take you out and they want to split the bill. If you invite me out, I'm expecting you to pay the bill. If I invite you out, I'm going to pay the bill. And this is discussions that we can have. Like, are we going out? Where are we going? Do you need help? Let me know you need help. Some people are just petty.
Some people be fronting like they ballers and they not.
That too.
That's what it is. See, like I'm so old school. I grew up around men, like manly men. Men. Even if they wasn't perfect, they was men. It's like my brothers be like, yo, the bill is on me. I ain't saying I'm gonna do that shit. You want to
tip.
You want to sit up here and order $1,000 worth of shit? That's on you. But it's like, you know, you out with your girlfriends, you out with your man. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with treating. But it's like, the main thing I'm saying is everybody's fucking weird. Well, cheating is okay because it's not cheating. Everybody has an agreement, and I don't think that shit is cool.
Everybody's in agreement with sharing.
Ew.
I don't want a cesspool. I don't want a cesspool share. Everybody's cesspooling.
We're swapping energy. Not only STDs, but you're swapping energy. You're taking on their traumas, their drama, their fears. You're taking on all of their shit when you take your clothes off at the end of the day. Sounds good.
Even with condoms, I don't care.
Yeah, because really, you don't know what somebody else is carrying around. People are into a lot of shit.
It's crazy.
You know, but...
Back to foolishness and the world moving and us going fast and having too much stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
We went out early this morning to catch the nail salon. You got your nails done. You got your feet done. I got my feet done. I didn't get my nails done because I do too many dishes and a lot of housework and a lot of cooking and a lot of chopping.
And your cooking sucks.
Shut up, stupid. I don't want to get my nails done. You know, we had fun. We went to ShopRite. The atmosphere is nice. It was hard to cross the street up there.
You was crossing like a pigeon.
I was like, ooh, I was scared.
I do be scared to cross the street over there.
But, after we finish, we're heading back over the bridge to come to the Bronx. She gets out. She orders something that she wanted. This guy,
it was so rude and nasty.
He comes in. Tell the story.
I went into the Popeyes on Boston Road. And this sounds like a real news. I went into the Popeyes on Boston Road. And the guy was disgusting. Like, I walked in there because I made up my mind. And I was like, I don't feel like cooking. Even though I bought shit to cook. And so I'm like, I'm going to make that shit another day. So I go get the fries at the Popeyes. And I think I'm going to get something else out of Burger King. And so he's on my back. And he's counting his money like he's thinking he's about to. He was Indian. I don't got nothing against
like
anybody. But he was Indian. And I was just looking at him like, yo. Can he move? And like I looked at him twice like this, like, and he's like, and I'm like, yo, can you back up? I didn't even yell it. I said it like regular. And he was like, what's the problem? You people always have a problem with everything. People. And I was like, who the fuck he talking to? So I said, you people. Who are you talking about? You people. You guys are always angry and never happy and irritated about everything. So then I flamed him. I was like, who the fuck are you talking to? Suck my dick. So he was like, you guys are always angry. I said, when you saying you people, you talking about black people? Who you talking? I'm talking about you. But you just said what you said. So you talking about us as a whole. So I'm listening to him. I'm like, are you okay? Like, literally, for real, are you okay? Am I gay? No, are you okay? Like, you look like you overheated or something. I just came from work. I said, okay, well, at the end of the day, you look hot as fuck with them work boots on. So, I don't know.
We work all day.
We work all
hard.
day. And I'm just like,
house.
okay, clean my house. I was like, yo, bro, like, you need to chill the fuck out. But regardless, I still would like to say that we are walking amongst energy. Mm-hmm. We are human beings, but we are a ball of energy. And a lot of people's energy is not right. And it hasn't been right for a long time.
And we get angry.
He's arguing with himself at this point.
How the lady said it.
Yeah, and she says to him, like, stop responding to her. And I just looked
at
her
defending you.
Like, bitch, with your ugly ass wig, stay out of it, mama. So I'm just like, you're getting upset with me because I'm asking you, can you move back and give me some space? The food ain't going nowhere, like she tells me. I order fast food and I'll be rushing. Like, oh my God, my fast food's gonna get hot. She'd be like, Disa, the food ain't going nowhere. I'm saying you're already in here ordering. The food isn't going anywhere. So the point I'm making is, this is the energy that we're constantly around. You don't know who's carrying other things around. So, no, I don't want to share with anybody. Because you picking up what he got going on. You picking up what she got it on. And these days, there might be another he around. Yeah. So, then I don't have anything against that. You know what I'm saying? So
everybody's rush. Everybody wants to be first.
Angry.
And then you're going to add insult to injury by saying you people.
And that's when I said,
but you're the one that walked in with the negative energy.
Like, he was entitled. That's what that was.
And we're far from that.
No.
We're always happy and laughing.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem. I'm like, yo, maybe sometimes I need to wear some fucking garlic around my neck because motherfuckers outside is not happy. And bitch, even when I'm not happy, I'm never the type to walk in a room and be like, hey, everybody. Like no, take that shit somewhere the fuck else. I might burst into tears if I'm going through some shit. And I'll get my shit together.
Right.
But it's like, coming around people with a dark cloud is the problem.
I'd rather stay in the house. I'm not going to come around you angrily, rah, like a dungeon dragon.
It's corny.
Like, really, because that could go either way. That could go either way. You know, and people don't know. We could call anybody, and they'll be there in 2.5 seconds.
That's what he didn't know.
And you said he was running.
Right. That's what
he saw you on your phone talking to me.
That's what he didn't know.
He don't know who he was talking to.
Like,
and he took off. So really,
like,
who wants to do that?
I don't.
Who wants to do that?
I'm so far from that.
I
come from a huge family, and it's dwindled down. And I'm at the point where I don't even want to say this out in the world, but just don't try me. I'm not the toughest motherfucker in the world, but I will do what I need to do to protect myself.
Right.
If you're not coming at me with a good vibe, you gotta go the other way.
Right.
Because I'm making it out of here. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
And I feel like people always see that, and they see the face, and they just want to be like, oh, she's a kid, I ain't gotta respect her. You should respect anybody, everybody, until they give you a reason not to do so.
Well,
you're not skipping me in the line. I was already in here.
Exactly, and you're both paying. And I'm going to take it back 50 years or so.
Yeah.
When you're saying that thing about people talking about us African Americans, that we always
the topic.
Angry, we're always this, we're always that, you people.
We're always the topic. Why?
I'm going to take it back to Dad, Grandpa.
Oh, your father.
He was a chef.
Faja.
He was a chef. He had a couple of jobs.
Yeah.
And he didn't like them. He didn't want to work for anybody. But he had 8 children to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd be out there doing his thing. And he would talk to this African from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
This was in the early 60s.
Yeah.
And he said they would chop it up. They'd be talking about everything. Like, and one day, Grandpa said he walked up on the guy.
Right.
And the guy got scared. He got scared and he said, "You stay away from me. You stay away from me." And Grandpa was like, "Yo, my brother, what's going on?" And he says, Oh, they told me to stay away from you people." Grandpa said, "You people? What does that mean?" "You African Americans. You always start in trouble. You're always angry. They told me that if I want to keep my job, I can't talk to you anymore because you people are troublemakers."
We be catching slack for just fucking existing.
And this is 2025, and that was 1960 something. And people are still saying you people and that we're troublemakers.
People could take a page out of your parents' book. I always say that. I didn't know my grandfather, but the stories that I heard is amazing. And but I did live most of my life with my grandmother. She lived until I was 18. And like we always say on this show, she'd be like, you know, people would think when you're nice, you're stupid. So she experienced that.
Right.
She had that open door policy, just always praying for people, laying hands on them, fixing them a plate, letting them take a nap, letting them take a shower, just doing those things from her heart. There's not enough of that today. I mean, you can't really trust people. You couldn't trust them back then, but she took a chance.
Well, she heard.
So you know.
She heard it through the grapevine.
I'm glad we was raised differently. That's my point.
That
I'm glad.
somebody said, "Why is Sister Hinton always grinning and smiling with her stupid ass?" So
who said that? Where they live?
Whoever told Grandma that was basically letting her know, motherfuckers is talking about you. And she said that really hurt her feelings. And she said, "But you know what? I ain't gonna stop. What we say today, ain't nobody gonna stop my shine."
Right.
She would say, "I ain't letting them niggas stop me. I ain't letting them niggas stop me."
Crazy. Grandma was crazy. She was crazy. Crazy old lady from the South.
I'm gonna keep smiling and I'm gonna keep praising the Lord. I don't care what them niggas say. That's what she was saying.
She was like that. She was like that. That's my point. It's not like that anymore. The women that's her age now are even different. It's like, it's crazy. But I mean, what I wanted to say was earlier, before we get into it too much, the relationships, right? Everybody is always like, in this day and age especially, like, they praise the guys who get the good girl. It's been going on forever, but it's worse now. Because influencers have now taken the place over celebrities.
Yeah.
So what I don't like is that DDG, he started off on YouTube, I believe, and he has the kid with Hallie, and he shared the text messages between them. Now, we all done crashed out over a man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. We all crashed out over a nigga, and if you have it, then great, good for you. But I know I have 1,001 times.
Right.
Might crash out again. You never know. It depends on the mood I'm in, especially the shit that I went through. So, I get in that mood where I have to unblock him and send him paragraphs. And sometimes I go a good month or 2 or 3 weeks and I'll be fine. And then some shit pop up in my mind, that PTSD pop up, and I'll be like, nah, nigga, fuck you, fuck that bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Sorry. Not literally. But I'm just saying, it's like, they're making it's like half and half, the comments that I'm reading. And when the fuck was it ever okay to mess up anybody? I don't give a fuck if a bitch done fuck 10 niggas or she's a good girl or whatever. She was doing press for her movie. And this guy just, He just kept doing things to put the attention on himself.
Mm-hmm.
She sold out. What was that? What was that movie? The Little Mermaid. Her voice is angelic. She's a really great looking girl. She was on Grownish. Her acting is good. Like,
and this is what I'm saying about guys.
That's corny. She was saying a lot of stuff that I know I've said before to a man, either to get his attention or to just make him feel, how I'm feeling. And she had just had their son. Shit like that bothers me.
And that's real life.
Disclaimer, we don't know these people, but I've been seeing it for a few days, and it was triggering. I didn't like it. I don't like it. Because I was that girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you talking about me to your friends. Like, you wasn't the one who did everything to get me.
And it's lies. The lies they tell. The lies they tell.
Uh-huh.
She won't let me see my child. She was always this. She was never home.
Ew.
She doesn't cook. She doesn't clean. I have to pay the bills. You wasn't doing none of that shit. And with the young lady Hallie and DDG, that's real. And I'm saying the same thing guys do when they showing it. I go to TV and movies. It's not my life. I don't really even watch TV like that.
Yeah.
But when I do, and I get into something.
You're from a TV household, though.
It is, and I can make comparisons.
Yeah, me too.
What that doctor did to Lucille in BMF.
We're autistic.
And what the... God bless the autistic.
Ain't nothing. It's a fucking superpower. At the end of the day, we know juice from front to back. There's a lot of. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, disclaimer. We don't know these people, but I'm saying everybody else commented on it. So the fucking we. It's our show. You don't like it, move on.
It's not good to see or read or hear in real life or in fiction.
I like to see us flourish. I love to see us flourish.
Right.
I like to see those young black couples. Excuse me. I love everybody, but I'm black. So I'm speaking from where I'm from. Coming from where I'm from. I like to see us flourish. I don't like to see us in the media. And it doesn't only have to be, it's everybody. I don't give a fuck. You could be a librarian and you go viral for dating your man. And then some shit happens and then it's like everybody's painting you in a bad light. I don't give a fuck who it is. I love to see us flourish. I'm tired of seeing the toxic shit. I'm tired of seeing, what is that? The struggle love. Which brings me to this next thing. Myra Brocker Kill. She's doing it. The comparisons we make on this show with real life and television, that's what I want to see more of in real life. Hell, in my real life.
Right.
The movie, the show. Forever. Let's get into it. Beautiful show. It has its ups and downs, but it's showing us, it's painting us in such a fucking great light. And I won't give away too much. Some people may have not saw it, but most of the world has seen it.
Right.
And it's fucking great. It's great. The struggle love and all of the craziness is great to see, and it's entertainment. It's not great to see it, but it's entertaining. But I like how the girl is living on one side of town and he's living in another side of town.
Right.
And his parents have their stuff together and they're going to these nice schools, and I love it. I want to see more of that. That show triggered me too. It made me start crying. I cried for 2 days after that shit.
Why?
Because I was like, that reminds me of me and my first love, and not the one who everybody think it is, you know. And I'm like, wow, damn, he really shitted on me. I'm like, oh shit, like, you know. And sometimes that shit still hurts me in the middle of the night, and I'll be like, wow, what happened?
Yeah.
But I still have to say, when you're young, everything is so fun and so sweet and so this and so that, and things might not stay that way in the TV world. But I'm glad to see more of that. I think that's the only one that I watched lately. Because usually when I get home, I'm knocking out.
Right. Okay.
I'm knocking out.
Okay.
It was good though. Very good show. If y'all haven't seen it, tune in. It is called Forever on Netflix.
Right. Can I go back a little bit to when you said the guy asked you if you was gay, and then
me?
You said, are you okay? And he said, are you gay? And then you were saying in certain relationships, everybody's sharing, and
Oh.
he might be sharing with him, and blah, blah, blah. I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
I had dreadlocks 2 times. We can't call them dreadlocks. They don't call them dreads. They call them locks.
I call them locks.
And
because they said it's not like you're not dreading.
the first time I cut them,
Speaking to the mic, please.
First time I cut them, I cried.
Oh.
You know, that was in the 80s. I think I shared with y'all I was going for a job in the corporate world, and they were saying you wouldn't get hired. And so I cut them. I didn't get hired anyway. So I regrew them back in the middle of the 1980s. No, I started growing them back kind of like after you was born. Between the time you was born, before you was born. And
because you had them at your graduation. Raymond's graduation, they was here. They was short.
Okay. And so, like, I was on a health journey. The healing path. The healing path. And on the healing path, there's chakras.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
The colors.
And the color of the rainbow. And I used to put the beads on the dreads. The red on the color of the rainbows. Mm-hmm. And when I got to number 7, that's supposed to be ultimate health, because 7 is a spiritual number. I'm the 7th child, born in the 7th month of the 7th year. So I don't really do all of that, but there's just certain things that I really truly believe on a soul level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the train. This is when I used to take the train. I'd be taking the train.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Lehman College at the time, and I'd take the bus and just traveling around, and a lot of, what do they call them now? AGs? I don't want to say the D word. The AGs.
Well, they're
masculine women.
Yeah.
Masculine lesbians.
I don't want to get flagged, but I believe that that's just what they're calling them. There's a bunch of different things going on nowadays.
Well, I hope we don't get flagged, but a lot of masculine women were walking up to me, and they would start talking to me, and I'd be just my jolly self, and, you know, the sisterhood, and I don't care if you're feminine or masculine. We're talking and laughing and vibing. And, you know, they would be like, can I get your number? And I was like, okay. And they would give me their number, but I'm not calling you because I don't really know you. So we had this. I switched from nutrition and Lehman to health education and promotion because the chemistry was hard. And we was in this, we had to take a lot of health courses. So in one of these classes, there was a lot of Jamaican women in there, and they were nurses, and they needed that class. Mm-hmm. And there's this one sister in there, she was always sitting next to me and laughing, because I would be saying shit under my breath about the lesson and the people, and the professor had this showing us how to teach our population how to put on a condom, and she had bananas. And she had this giant dildo. And
is that the one you called George?
She called.
Tell that story next.
I'm working into it. So this is the class we're in.
Yeah.
And we had to go in groups. And so she kept saying, well, when I go home at night, you know, and I'm mad at George. And she just constantly talking about George. So we're sitting in group. And she pulled, our group just happened to get this giant dildo. And so I said, well, that must be George. And everybody heard me, and they was cracking up because I was talking to myself.
You do that a lot. Do that a lot. And we be outside, too.
I didn't mean no harm.
You better start carrying a bag.
So the Jamaican sister says to me, why do you wear those beads? And I says, oh, I wear the beads because it's all about love. It's about healing. And, you know, the chakras, you know, and I'm just going on. And she's just looking at me like, this lady is a real fool.
Damn.
And so I says, why? Why are you asking me those questions? She said, you don't know what the rainbow is. And I says, the rainbow is about love and peace.
SpongeBob.
And healing. She said, girl, the rainbow's for gay people.
Oh, my God.
I said, oh, what? Oh, Lord.
Indebted.
No.
Indebted.
Whoa.
Indebted.
Whoa.
He said, oh.
when the guy, when the man was in the transgender bar and everybody looked like a woman, that's how I felt.
You didn't see
And
me
that
touching
movie
him, and then you smelled his fingers.
That movie wasn't even out yet, and I was like, oh Lord. And she laughed and she laughed, and when she laughed, the other Jamaican women knew what she was laughing at. And they just surrounded me and they just started going, it's okay.
Damn.
It's okay. And I went home and I took those beads out of my
I mean,
hair.
because I remember that day as a little girl. That was funny. I'm like, why the hell is she taking the fucking beads out of her hair? I mean, it just wasn't your preference. You know what I'm saying?
But
so
I want to know, when
know.
did they take over the rainbow?
Yeah. It's been theirs for some time now. It's been theirs. And I love those colors too. I'm gonna wear whatever the hell I want at the end of the day.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
but I just couldn't understand why. And Raymond and Pookie kept saying, Mom, why do you have those beads in your hair?
Yeah, they was concerned.
My kids thought I was gay or bisexual. I'm like, what
and
the
we
hell?
know why.
You know, that's crazy, stupid.
No,
and when I get to the white beads, that's gonna
so
be
sad.
the ultimate healing. And I was like, Lord, I must have really looked dumb.
Probably more than most likely.
That was just a memory that I had.
Lord have mercy. Well, we have a few more minutes. We are going to post this on our YouTube page. And it will be probably live for, I guess, like 40-something minutes. So if you guys would like to engage and comment on tonight's session, you are more than welcome to. I try my best to watch it when it's premiering, but I'm usually editing more stuff. Mm-hmm. So if you guys end up, you can press that. If you guys end up, watching it, feel free to engage. Like, engage with us. We're doing better and becoming more consistent because we have very busy lives.
And rest in peace, Charles Rangel, 1931 to 2025.
And Norman Hutchins,
2025. And the man who started Atlantic Star, he passed away Friday.
It makes no difference what you're going through. You're gonna see it. Ooh, God's gonna see it through. Put your hand up. Put a smile on your face. That's Grandma's song. So get ready.
Oh, get ready.
For your blessing.
For your blessing.
Get ready.
Oh, get ready.
For your miracle.
For your miracle.
Oh my God, no. But really, so, y'all will be around and we will see y'all next time. Bye. You're always on. We fuck with Capella in this house. Big Bronx.